Hey friend, be honest with me for a second. When was the last time you actually sat down to a proper dinner and felt genuinely good about it? Not takeout, not crackers and cheese standing at the counter while staring at the wall, but a real, warm, satisfying meal you made for yourself. If that question made you pause, this video is for you. Today, I'm sharing 11 healthy one-pan dinners that are simple, nourishing, and actually enjoyable to make, even on the evenings when your energy is running on fumes. No piles of dishes, no marathon cooking sessions, no ingredients that require a culinary degree to pronounce. Just real food, real flavor, and the kind of dinner that reminds you how good it feels to take care of yourself. Pull up a chair. Let's get into it. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. This channel is all about practical, no-drama ways to eat well and live well, no lectures, no complicated steps, just ideas that actually work. Number 1. The Set It and Forget It Herb Chicken Tray Bake. There is a very short list of dinners that require almost no effort and still make your kitchen smell like something magical is happening. This one made the cut. The whole idea here is that you do almost nothing, and the oven does everything else. Lay chicken thighs on a foil-lined baking sheet. Surround them with whatever vegetables you have on hand, such as baby potatoes halved, zucchini chunks, cherry tomatoes, or bell pepper strips. Drizzle olive oil over the whole pan, sprinkle on garlic powder, dried thyme, a little salt and black pepper, and slide it into the oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for about 45 minutes. That is the entire process. No browning beforehand, no flipping halfway through, no standing over a hot stove, second-guessing yourself. Chicken thighs are your best friend here because they forgive you if you get distracted by the television or lose track of time. And let's be honest, it happens to absolutely everyone. The thighs still come out juicy and tender. Chicken breasts would hold that against you. Thighs simply do not. As everything roasts together, the tomatoes burst and caramelize. The potatoes soak up all the herby juices, and the chicken skin turns golden and crisp in the most satisfying way. The smell alone will have you wandering back into the kitchen 10 minutes too early. Cleanup is a non-event. Lift the foil off the pan when you are done, toss it in the trash, rinse the pan, and you are finished before you have even processed how good dinner was. One pan, one easy, beautiful dinner. That's the whole win. Number 2, honey garlic salmon with roasted asparagus. Salmon night isn't just dinner. It's a small act of kindness toward yourself. There's something about it that feels intentional, like you decided today was actually worth a real meal. And the best part? It takes about 18 minutes from start to finish, which means it fits even the most low-energy Tuesday evening. Place 2 salmon fillets on a parchment-lined pan. Arrange asparagus spears alongside them. Mix 1 tablespoon honey, 2 cloves minced garlic, 1 tablespoon soy sauce, and a squeeze of lemon juice. Pour that over everything. Bake at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 to 18 minutes. No flipping, no checking every 5 minutes, no hovering. The honey caramelizes into a sticky golden glaze as it bakes. The asparagus gets just tender enough, soft through the middle, with slightly crisp tips that give you a little texture without making your jaw work hard. The kitchen smells warm and savory in a way that genuinely feels like a reward. Salmon is rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which support heart health, brain function, and may help ease joint discomfort over time. It is also naturally soft and tender, comfortable to eat on days when chewing feels like more effort than it should be. 1 pan to rinse when you are done. You ate well tonight. That counts for something. Number 3, smoky sausage, sweet potato, and kale sheet pan. This one sounds humble until you actually make it, and then it becomes the dinner you keep coming back to without fully understanding why. But once you try it, you'll understand completely. Slice smoked sausage into coins. Cut 1 medium sweet potato into roughly 1-inch cubes.
Toss everything on a baking sheet with a couple of large handfuls of roughly chopped kale, a drizzle of olive oil, a pinch of smoked paprika, and black pepper. Spread it all out so nothing is piled on top of anything else, and bake at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 35 to 40 minutes. Halfway through, give it a gentle stir if you feel like it. If you do not, it will still come out beautifully. The sweet potato caramelizes at the edges and goes buttery soft inside. The sausage crisps slightly and seasons everything around it just by existing on the same pan. And the kale, once you have had roasted kale, will make the limp steamed version never quite do it for you again. It crisps up at the edges and takes on this savory, almost nutty flavor that plays perfectly against the sweetness of the potato. Sweet potatoes are packed with vitamin A and fiber, which support eye health and keep digestion running smoothly. This dish is hearty enough to feel like a proper dinner, but will not leave you feeling heavy or uncomfortable afterward. One pan. Big flavors. Absolutely zero drama. Number 4. Lemon butter tilapia with garlic green beans. Tilapia gets overlooked, and honestly, that's unfair. It's mild, affordable, cooks in under 20 minutes, and has a soft, flaky texture that makes it one of the easiest proteins to enjoy, especially if chewing is something you'd rather not wrestle with at dinner time. Lay tilapia fillets on a parchment-lined baking sheet. Scatter fresh or frozen green beans around them. Melt 1 tablespoon of butter in a small bowl and mix in 2 minced garlic cloves, the juice of half a lemon, and a pinch of salt. Drizzle that over the fish and beans. Bake at 375 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 to 18 minutes. No flipping, no babysitting, no complicated timing to keep track of. The fish turns flaky and tender. The green beans get soft with just enough bite to feel satisfying. And the whole pan smells like something a seaside cafe would charge $12 for, bright, buttery, and warm. If you want to make it look a little extra special, lay 2 or 3 thin lemon slices directly on top of the fish before it goes in. They perfume the whole pan as they roast, and when you pull it out of the oven, it genuinely looks like you tried hard. 1 pan, 1 knife to rinse, and a dinner that quietly tells you eating alone does not mean eating plain. You deserve better than plain. This is better than plain. By the way, if you are enjoying these ideas but already dreading the part where you have to figure out what to eat every single night, I have something that might help. I put together a simple 4-week meal plan with grocery lists, nothing complicated, just real, affordable meals already laid out, so the thinking is done for you. The link is in the pinned comment whenever you're ready. Now, back to the meals.
5. 1 pan ground turkey and zucchini skillet. This is the kind of meal that surprises you. You expect something ordinary, ground turkey and a vegetable, and instead you get something warm, savory, and satisfying in a way that genuinely sticks with you. It also reheats beautifully, which quietly makes it a gift for tomorrow's lunch as well. Brown 1/2 pound of ground turkey in a large skillet over medium heat, breaking it apart as it cooks. Once it is no longer pink, add 1 diced zucchini, 1/2 can of drained diced tomatoes, a teaspoon of Italian seasoning, garlic powder, and salt to taste. Stir everything together and let it simmer for about 10 minutes until the zucchini is tender and the sauce has thickened into something that looks and smells like real comfort food. That's the whole recipe. The turkey absorbs the seasoning beautifully. The zucchini softens right into the sauce and almost disappears, which, if vegetables are not always your favorite thing, is genuinely good news. Ground turkey provides about 22 grams of protein per serving, which supports muscle maintenance and keeps you feeling full and steady for hours. Zucchini is gentle on digestion and low in calories, while still adding texture and real nutritional value. This dish is filling without being heavy. It is the kind of dinner you want when your energy is low, but your body still needs something real.
And the fact that tomorrow's leftovers taste even better? That is not an accident. That is a plan.
Section 6. Sheet Pan Veggie Frittata. Breakfast rules apply after 6 p.m. Here is the honest truth about eggs for dinner. It might be one of the smartest moves you can make for yourself. Quick, affordable, soft, and endlessly flexible, a frittata is the meal equivalent of finally admitting you already knew the right answer. Preheat the oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Drizzle a little olive oil into an oven-safe skillet or baking pan. Scatter in whatever vegetables you have nearby: cherry tomatoes, baby spinach, sliced onion, leftover roasted potatoes. In a bowl, whisk together 4 large eggs with a splash of milk, salt, pepper, and a pinch of garlic powder. Pour that over the vegetables. Sprinkle shredded cheese on top. Bake for 20 to 22 minutes until the eggs are set through the center and golden on top. No flipping, no standing at the stove, no watching it every 2 minutes. The oven does the watching for you. Each serving provides around 12 to 15 grams of protein, plus healthy fats that keep you satisfied deep into the evening. Eggs also contain choline, which supports brain function and cognitive health, something worth paying attention to at any stage of life. The texture is soft, warm, and gentle. If sensitive teeth or a smaller appetite are part of your day, this one works with you instead of against you. It also stores beautifully. Slice it up, wrap it, and it is just as good for breakfast tomorrow. You made one thing and got 2 meals. That is not laziness. That is efficiency. 7. 1-pan shrimp, corn, and burst tomato sauté. Shrimp is the meal you make when you want something that feels like a treat but behaves like a Wednesday. It cooks in literal minutes. It does not need marinating, long prep, or any technique beyond putting it in the pan. And when you pair it with sweet corn and burst tomatoes in a single skillet, it looks so colorful and alive that you almost feel like you have done something impressive. You barely have, but the result says otherwise. Heat a drizzle of olive oil in a large skillet over medium-high heat. Add shrimp, fresh or thawed from frozen. Tails on or off, either is completely fine. Let them cook for about 2 minutes per side until pink and slightly curled. Remove them and set aside on a plate. In the same pan, add a cup of corn kernels, either canned or frozen, and a cup of halved cherry tomatoes. Cook for 3 to 4 minutes until the tomatoes begin to burst and release their juice. Add the shrimp back in. Season with garlic powder, a squeeze of lemon, dried basil, and a pinch of salt. That's dinner. This comes together in under 15 minutes and produces something genuinely vibrant. Shrimp delivers about 20 grams of protein per 3-ounce serving, and its naturally soft texture makes it one of the most comfortable proteins to enjoy. The tomatoes bring lycopene and vitamin C. The corn adds fiber and natural sweetness that balances everything on the pan. 1 skillet, a quick rinse, and a meal that looks like you had a better day than you did. Nothing wrong with that. 8. Bake chicken thighs with white beans and wilted spinach. This is what I think of as a quietly powerful meal. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't need to. You sit down with a bowl of this, and halfway through, you realize you feel completely taken care of, full, warm, and not the least bit weighed down. Place bone-in or boneless chicken thighs in a baking dish. Drain and rinse a can of white cannellini beans and scatter them around the chicken. Add several large handfuls of baby spinach. It will wilt and nestle softly into everything as it bakes. Drizzle generously with olive oil. Season with garlic powder, dried rosemary, salt, black pepper, and a squeeze of lemon juice over everything. Bake at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 40 to 45 minutes. What comes out is something almost brothy, deeply savory, with the beans having absorbed the chicken juices and the spinach dissolved softly into the dish. White beans add around 8 grams of protein and 6 grams of fiber per half cup.
Together, they support sustained energy, healthy digestion, and stable blood sugar throughout the evening. No crash. No reaching for something sweet an hour later because you never quite felt full. Just steady, warm, quiet satisfaction. One pan to rinse, one dinner that did its job without asking much from you. That's the whole point. Number 9, sweet potato, black bean, and egg skillet. This is what dinner looks like when it refuses to be boring. It's colorful, filling, and has a combination of sweet, smoky, and savory that you genuinely don't expect from something made in one skillet in 30 minutes. It also happens to be one of the most balanced meals on this entire list. Dice one medium sweet potato into small cubes and cook them in a lightly oiled skillet over medium heat with the lid on for about 12 minutes until just tender. Add a drained can of black beans, a generous handful of frozen corn, half a teaspoon of cumin, a pinch of smoked paprika, salt, and a small pinch of chili powder if you enjoy a gentle warmth. Stir everything together and cook for another 2 to 3 minutes. Make 2 small wells in the mixture with the back of a spoon and crack an egg into each one. Cover the pan and let the eggs cook for 4 to 5 minutes until the whites are set. Serve straight from the skillet. The sweet potato brings natural sweetness and vitamin A. The black beans contribute about 7 grams of protein and 8 grams of fiber per half cup, which keeps digestion steady and energy levels stable. The eggs finish everything with protein and that rich yolk that makes each bite feel more complete. This is the kind of dish where you take the first bite and think, yes, that's exactly what I needed tonight. No translation required. 10. Mediterranean one-pan cod with chickpeas and tomatoes. If your dinner could take you somewhere else for 20 minutes, let it be this one. Cod, chickpeas, burst cherry tomatoes, olives, garlic, and just enough olive oil to make the whole pan smell like a warm afternoon somewhere with better weather than wherever you are. Place cod fillets in a baking dish. Around them, scatter a drained and rinsed can of chickpeas, 1 cup of cherry tomatoes, a handful of pitted Kalamata olives, and 3 or 4 sliced garlic cloves. Drizzle generously with olive oil. Season with dried oregano, salt, black pepper, and a squeeze of lemon over everything. Bake at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 20 to 25 minutes. The tomatoes will burst and form a sauce. The chickpeas will soak it up, and the cod will be just flaky and tender, the way fish is supposed to be. Cod is one of the mildest, most gentle white fish you can cook. It's soft, easy to eat, and provides about 20 grams of protein per fillet with very little fat. The chickpeas add fiber and plant protein. The tomatoes bring lycopene and vitamin C. The olive oil delivers heart-healthy monounsaturated fats that help your body absorb the nutrients from everything else on the pan. This is Mediterranean eating at its most practical, satisfying, beautiful, and done. One baking dish, a quick soak in soapy water while you eat, and a dinner that genuinely felt like a treat without costing you the whole evening to make. 11. 1 pan pasta with mushrooms and parmesan. We are ending with possibly the most surprising meal on this entire list, and I mean that as the highest compliment. Pasta, cooked in one pan. No draining, no second pot of boiling water, no leaning over the sink hoping you do not splash yourself. It works beautifully, and once you have made it this way, going back to the old method will feel like an unnecessary complication you do not have time for. Place dry pasta directly into a wide skillet, linguine, spaghetti, or any pasta that fits. Add 2 cups of sliced mushrooms, 2 cloves of minced garlic, and enough low-sodium chicken or vegetable broth to just cover the pasta, about 2 to 2.5 cups. Bring everything to a medium boil and cook, stirring occasionally, for 9 to 11 minutes until the pasta is tender and most of the liquid has reduced into a silky, starchy sauce, coating every strand. Remove from heat. Stir in a handful of grated Parmesan and a small drizzle of olive oil. Season with salt and black pepper to taste. The pasta absorbs flavor as it cooks instead of sending it down the drain, which is why this method works so much better than you would expect. The mushrooms add an earthy richness that makes the dish feel genuinely satisfying without needing cream or butter. They also bring B vitamins and antioxidants that support energy levels and immune function. The Parmesan adds calcium and a savory depth that ties everything together into something far greater than the sum of its parts. One skillet, rinsed clean while you are still digesting. A meal that made you feel clever, not because it was complicated, but because it worked so well and asked so little of you. That is the kind of dinner worth making again. And there you have it, 11 healthy one-pan dinners that prove eating well when you are living alone does not mean spending your whole evening in the kitchen or filling your sink with regret. Every single one of these meals was chosen because it respects your time, your energy, and your right to a genuinely good dinner. You do not need a fancy kitchen. You do not need to follow a strict plan. You just need one pan, some real ingredients, and the reminder that simple meals made with a little care are always enough. More than enough. If this gave you even one idea you feel good about trying this week, go ahead and tap that like button. It helps more people find this channel, and that matters. Subscribe if you want to keep getting ideas like these. And tell me in the comments, which one are you making first? I would genuinely love to know. Take good care of yourself. I will see you in the next one.